Joined by Dr. George Schofield. Doesn't like to be called doctor. He's just like us. He's
George.
A regular person, right? Yes, George.
Right.
And we appreciate that you're with us. We give thanks, and I hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
Thank
and
you.
while I was in Thanksgiving at Deerfield Beach with friends, a brother and sister, their mom was there, who I've known for 25 years. Wonderful woman, but she's been with her husband, who passed away a year ago, since she was 15. She's now 75. He did everything. She doesn't drive. She didn't know how to do the bills. The only thing she does is walk to the grocery store and walk back every day.
Wow.
That's pretty much, and they're beside themselves. So you are here to talk about the importance of learning how to do everything.
Fabulous story, because that's what's up this week. What's been coming up, people stopping talking, saying, I've worked out a deal, either with my husband or my wife or with my friends. They pump the gas, I pay the bills. I cook, they shop. Whatever these divisions of duties are, they've worked it out that way, and they're beginning to realize that people will fall out of their networks at some point, and if they can't do the basics, they're going to have a real problem. And so your story is fabulous. Thank you.
And that's it. Since she was 15, she's 75 now,
Wow.
but he did everything.
Right.
A Cuban couple where that was the way.
Right.
And anyway, moving on. What are the most important things to learn as you get older
So,
to do?
if you don't know how to do these things, it's really important. One, you know how to feed yourself. Can you cook? Can you cook enough to put a decent dinner just for yourself together? That's number one. Number two, you need to understand your finances. If you don't have a relationship with your bills and your bill paying and your financial advisor, whether you're a man or a woman, that is an indicator that you could have a real problem down the road. Now's the time to build that. The third one has to do with your own health, to tell you the truth.
Right.
Frequently, I get somebody that'll say, oh, come to the gym and work out with me. And that's great, and I do go along, but in the end, I'm more responsible than anybody else is. So whether we've got health or finances or feeding myself, those are three examples. And your other examples of not knowing how to drive, for instance,
Right.
are fabulous.
Yeah, and the finances is the big one. You hear when somebody
Absolutely.
totally did all the finances, and
Right.
then somebody comes on and not only did not know how to do it, but
Exactly.
there might not be any left.
Exactly right.
All right, how do we learn what we're supposed to have learned?
Practice. There's no other way. There's no pill. There's no magic. Okay, Don, now you know. Sit down and make a list of the things that you think you might need to know down the road, and start now, because as this lady discovered for herself, it may be in her culture, it may have been something that she and her husband worked out, that she just didn't learn to do these things. But that doesn't serve her well later, and in this day and age, it's time for us to all be prepared to be able to do the basics and take care of ourselves.
Right. And she is a wonderful woman. Her kids are wonderful, but now she is somewhat depressed,
It's such a
and her
great
kids
story,
don't.
though.
Yeah, and her kids now are beside themselves because they don't know how to help
Right.
her get to that
Right.
point. Well, we thank you as always,
And thank you.
helping us, giving us tips.
Right.
Dr. George Schofield giving us tips on how to live a better life after 50, and we'll be back after
Thank you.
this.